American entrepreneur and Republican presidential aspirant Vivek Ramaswamy, who's been grabbing headlines both in the US and globally, has ignited a fresh debate over the H-1B visa program. Ramaswamy, who's previously used the program himself 29 times, is now vowing to reform it if elected as the President of the United States next year. In a recent interview to Politico, an American media outlet, Vivek Ramaswamy did not mince his words when discussing the H-1B visa program. He referred to it as indentured servitude and expressed his intent to gut the lottery-based system, replacing it with a meritocratic admission process. These remarks have raised eyebrows, especially amongst Indian IT professionals who rely heavily on the H-1B program for employment opportunities in the United States. Ramaswamy's stance echoes the tough approach taken by former President Donald Trump during his 2016 campaign, although Trump later softened his stance on the program after taking office. Ramaswamy's remarks have not gone unnoticed, and some have questioned the consistency of his position, given that his own companies have utilized the H-1B program on 29 occasions, as we just pointed out. Now, responding to that very criticism, Ramaswamy took to social media and argued, and I quote, "Politico tried to play gotcha by saying I want to gut the H-1B system even though my companies have used it to hire foreign graduates from top US universities. Well, US energy sector regulations are badly broken, but I still use water and electricity. Turns out I actually understand the things that I want to reform. The foreign visa lottery is senseless, and the H-1B regime is a form of indentured servitude that is a product of corporate lobbying. I will finally fix it." The H-1B visa program is a non-immigrant visa that allows US companies to employ foreign workers, particularly in roles that require theoretical or technical expertise. It's long been a source of controversy, with arguments ranging from its importance in attracting global talent to allegations of abuse and exploitation. Vivek Ramaswamy's bold, even if controversial, stance on this issue has reignited the debate on immigration policies in the United States. With the presidential race heating up and Ramaswamy in contention alongside other notable Republican candidates, the future of the H-1B program is now a topic of significant interest for both the American public and the international community, not to mention Indian techies. All right, Sri, coming back to you. Now, he says, I will finally fix it. For that, he'll have to first get elected to the White House. I'm not sure that's happening in 2024. But the very fact that a man, who is seen as being of Indian descent, who's suddenly been catapulted into limelight in recent weeks in the US presidential race, is now talking about fixing, reforming the H-1B visa program, which, let's face it, impacts Indians more than perhaps any other country or community in the world. What should be made of it?
So, Neha, let's get one thing clear. I think the US economies, especially the high-tech industries' reliance on skilled foreign workers is not going to go away. So I don't think Vivek Ramaswamy is even talking about doing away with the H-1B visas. I don't think that's what he's talking about. He's essentially talking about addressing certain problems that plague this H-1B visa system. So let me talk to you about what are the problems that currently plague the system. The problems come from one thing, which is the cap. So there's a cap of 65,000 H-1B visas that can be issued annually, every year, Neha. And there's a 20,000 extra visas that can be issued to foreign workers with a master's degree from a US university. So, but the problem is every year, at least 3 to 4 times the number of people want to apply for H-1B. So what happens? The US immigration system has no choice but then to run some sort of a lottery, where what Ramaswamy is pointing out to the fact is that the lottery doesn't focus on the absolute merit. Absolutely true. Because when you're running a lottery, after you've done the initial filtration and you say, okay, out of, let's say, 300,000 applicants, I'm going to vet only 150. Now, out of these 150, 65,000 will get. So you're running a lottery for these 150. And you don't know if someone who's much more qualified, who potentially could greater value to the US economy, is getting weeded out in this lottery system. So that's the meritocracy that Vivek Ramaswamy wants to ensure the H-1B system takes, and not rely on a lottery system. That's not inherently a wrong approach to my mind, Neha, because there is absolutely nothing wrong in a country trying to bring the best possible talent into its own workforce. I think that's how it should be. Right now, there's a lot of consternation that's happening among the undocumented, immigrants who are crossing into U.S. border. Now there are some democratic, leaders who are asking for work visas to be given to these people. Now, unlike the H-1B category, which is like highly skilled, where the average pay, is like 120,000 and above. These are all, low skilled workers who could potentially impact the average American as well.
Right.
So I don't think there is anything wrong in trying to fix the system,
Yeah.
but will he be able to cut it in the sense of like removing it? I don't think that's going to happen because the US tech industry pretty much depends on these foreign workers, Neha.
Absolutely. So he's taken a nuanced position on this issue, but I have to say he sounds more and more like Donald Trump with every passing day.